Before we start, please check out our new podcast, Good Sleep. Have you ever noticed how a calm mind can really set the stage for a good night's sleep? That's the idea behind our new podcast, Good Sleep. Greg, our host from Optimal Relationships Daily, is here to help ease you into a peaceful night's rest with some positive affirmations. And these affirmations aren't just comforting, they can help ease anxiety and nurture positive thoughts, setting you up for true good sleep. So press play on Good Sleep tonight because a good tomorrow starts with a good night's sleep. Just search for Good Sleep in your podcast app and be sure to pick the one from Optimal Living Daily. This is Optimal Living Daily episode 2923, How to Become Your Most Authentic Self, Part 1, by the Barefoot Minimalists of barefootminimalists.com. And I'm Justin Malik. Welcome to one of the only podcasts in the world where blogs are narrated to you for free with permission from the authors. It's an award-winning podcast thanks to you. Today I have a bit of a longer post, so I'll read the first half, but then finish the rest for you tomorrow. So with that, let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. How to Become Your Most Authentic Self, Part 1, by the Barefoot Minimalists of barefootminimalists.com. What does it mean to be your most authentic self? Authenticity at its core is about embracing who you truly are. It's about living in alignment with your values, beliefs, and aspirations, even when it means stepping outside your comfort zone or societal expectations. By becoming your most authentic self, you'll become a magnet for genuine connections and meaningful experiences. In this post, we'll dive into 10 actionable ways to develop authenticity in your life. 10 actionable ways to develop authenticity. Number 1, practice what you preach. The most commonly shared advice for becoming your most authentic self is to embrace who you truly are. But what if you don't know who you truly are? Unfortunately, it's not an easy question to answer, but you can learn a lot about yourself by observing what you tell others. It's like looking in a mirror that reflects your own values, beliefs, and desires. Think about it. When someone gives you advice but doesn't follow it themselves, it feels off, right? It makes you think, this person isn't being authentic. But when someone shares advice with you and you know they genuinely live by it, they come off as much more authentic. This is because you know they're aligning their words with their actions. By embracing the power of practicing what you preach, you not only cultivate authenticity within yourself, but also inspire trust and admiration from those around you. Number 2, make yourself proud. Instead of tirelessly seeking external validation, focus on doing things that genuinely make you proud. Sure, holding down an impressive career might give your family something to brag about during functions, but does it align with your values? Does that career make you truly happy? Rather than living a life solely to gain the approval of your friends and family, ask yourself, what kind of life do you want to live? What kind of job would I have if nobody questioned it? What hobbies would I pursue if I weren't afraid of judgment? Authenticity is all about being true to yourself, even if it means deviating from the expectations of others. By doing things that align with your own sense of pride and fulfillment, you open up a world of possibilities. You give yourself permission to explore your passions, chase your dreams, and create a life that feels authentic to you. Number 3, don't be afraid to fail. You may not be living your most authentic life simply because you're afraid to fail. If you crave a life filled with adventure and spontaneity, but you're afraid to take the necessary steps to change your life, you may forever find yourself stuck in a stagnant routine. Authenticity requires taking risks and stepping outside your comfort zone. It means being true to yourself, even if it means failing in the end. Yes, quitting your 9-to-5 job to pursue your dreams may not work out, but if that possibility is holding you back from trying, you'll never know the extent to the authenticity you can live by. Living authentically requires you to acknowledge that failure is a natural part of the journey. Number 4, vote with your dollar. We dedicate a significant portion of our lives to earning money, so how we choose to spend it truly matters. By consciously spending money in ways and at places that reflect your values, you can cultivate a deeper sense of authenticity. Instead of mindlessly splurging at the mall, take a moment to reflect on what you truly want to support. Do you want to contribute to massive corporations with questionable practices? Or would you rather channel your resources towards local mom and pop shops that embody your values? By consciously aligning your spending with your values, you send a powerful message about what you stand for. It's like casting a vote for the kind of world you want to see. I invite you to view each financial decision as an opportunity to live more or less authentically. Number 5, set your own pace. Setting your own pace is key to becoming your most authentic self. Having recently moved to the Pacific Northwest from the South, I've noticed that the people around me live a much more fast-paced and adventurous lifestyle. It seems like there's always an extreme sport or a backpacking trip on their agenda. And while I appreciate and enjoy these activities, it's not my natural inclination to fill every moment of my days with such high-energy pursuits. I find joy and fulfillment in the simplicity of my routines and the mundane aspects of life. Instead of rushing through them to make space for everything, I prefer to keep my schedule open and allow myself the freedom to savor those everyday moments. By setting my own pace and prioritizing what truly matters to me, I've been able to live more authentically. Authenticity is about being true to yourself and honoring your own pace. It's about giving yourself permission to stay in even when everyone else is going out. Number 6, hear that on tomorrow's episode. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled, How to Become Your Most Authentic Self by the Barefoot Minimalists of barefootminimalists.com.
This episode is brought to you by Pete's. Few things start your day better than a good coffee. That's why Pete's hand roast their coffee from a specific selection of high-quality beans. And they don't just put those beans into anyone's hands. Pete's trains their roasters for 10,000 hours so they can master the roast that gives you the most. Pete's Coffee. Coffee for coffee people. Find Pete's online or at your local retailer.
Thank you to the Barefoot Minimalists. Some of these are a bit more difficult than others, and some have more gray areas than others. But one from this list so far that I think we can all start doing today is voting with our dollars. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you might remember me talking about how I track every single dollar that comes in and out of my life, down to the penny, in fact. And I've been doing that since 2010, believe it or not. And that kind of tracking leads to more awareness of where my money is going. And I actually have to review every single transaction. So it's almost like I'm judging each expense after the fact. It's a very helpful thing to do, especially come tax season. So I highly recommend trying it, even for just 1 week. I use an app that automates most of the work. You can get a free trial of that app at oldpodcast.com/track. But all that to say, that kind of awareness leads to more alignment of spending with my values. I'd recommend giving it a shot. And for more on money, you can check out our sister podcast, Optimal Finance Daily. But we're just halfway through the article, so I'll stop there for now. Thank you for being here and listening every day, and I'll be back tomorrow to finish up this post where your optimal life awaits.